Could it be true that you could search the whole world over and never find anyone as deserving of love as you? Good morning. My name is Father Frank Buckley, and I am our host of our morning meditation group, Flourishing During Times of Uncertainty. Today is Tuesday. I am delighted you are all here this morning. And for this program, it is a three-part program. We always start with a little inspiration, and then we move into the 20-minute silent meditation. And then we always end without jumping up and moving into our day, but taking just a couple moments to do a Jesuit Ignatian examen. St. Ignatius, the founder of the Jesuits, encouraged us to do this not on a yearly basis, not on a monthly basis, not on a weekly basis, but on a daily basis. And the examine is simply looking and noticing where we might have missed God, but especially where God showed up in our lives, where we came alive in beautiful ways. So this morning for our inspiration, Father Dave Marcotte, who teaches at Fordham University, he's a clinical psychologist. He recommended this book to me called Real Happiness, The Power of Meditation by Sharon Salzberg. And he uses it for his class. And I am really enjoying it. I just thought I would share with you a couple paragraphs from the introduction. You could search the whole world over and never find anyone as deserving of love as yourself. Not only did the Buddha say that love for oneself is possible, but he also described this capacity as something we must nurture, since it's a foundation for being able to love and care for others. This philosophy offered me a way to ease the suffering caused by my feelings of both confusion and despair. Despite some doubts, the chance of a move from self-hatred to self-love drew me like a magnet. I wasn't interested in acquiring a new religion. I just wanted relief from so much unhappiness. And so I went to India for an independent study program. When I got there, I heard about a respected teacher who was leading a meditation retreat for beginners and others. I was a bit disappointed to discover that meditation wasn't as exotic as I had expected. There were no mystical instructions delivered in a darkened chamber with a supernatural aura. Instead, that first instructor launched my practice with these words: sit comfortably and feel your breath. Feel my breath? I thought in protest. I could have stayed in Buffalo to feel my breath. I thought in protest. But I soon found out just how life-changing it would be simply to focus my attention on inhaling and exhaling in order to connect fully with my experience in a whole new way. One that allowed me to be kinder to myself and more open to others. Once I learned how to look deep within, I found that beautiful, bright vein of goodness that exists in everyone, including me. The goodness that may be hidden and hard to trust, but is never entirely destroyed. I came to believe wholeheartedly that I deserve to be happy, and so does everyone else. Now, when I meet a stranger, I feel more connected, knowing how much we share. And when I meet myself in meditation, I no longer feel I am encountering a stranger. Because of meditation, I've undergone profound and subtle shifts in the way I think and how I see myself in the world. I've learned that I don't have to be limited to who I thought I was as a child, or what I thought I was capable of yesterday, or even an hour ago. My meditation practice has freed me from the old conditioned definition of myself as someone unworthy of love. Despite my initial fantasies when I began meditating as a college student, I have not entered a state of glorious bliss. Meditation has made me happy, loving, and peaceful, but not every single moment of the day. I still have good times and bad times, joy and sorrow. But now I can accept setbacks more easily, with less a sense of disappointment and personal failure. Because meditation has taught me how to cope with the profound truth that everything changes all the time. Thank you, Father Dave Marcotte, for recommending this little book, Real Happiness, The Power of Meditation, a 28-day program. Sharon Salzberg. I really love her little meditation, a little inspiration this morning to get us started in our meditation. So, yeah, something we come back to all the time is what Maharishi says, what Sharon Salzberg says, what Father Thomas Keating says, that meditation should be comfortable and it should be effortless. What a perfect, beautiful way to begin our 20-minute silent meditation this morning. So, as always, I invite you to unplug. One of the ways we flourish in this technological crazy world we live in is to unplug. I cannot emphasize how important this is to do on a daily basis. We don't want to get on Facebook for 10 minutes and notice 3 hours later we are still pressing the search button and home to see new hits. Instead, we do something for our own well being and we unplug. I will set my timer for 20 minutes. I'll ring the bell to get us into it, and I'll ring the bell at the end of 20 minutes. So simply find a comfortable seated position. I invite you to either close your eyes or 3/4 closed, just something that feels safe and comfortable to you. Turn the gaze inwards and let's begin. Listen, listen. The sound of this beautiful bell brings us back to our true self. As always, we begin with diaphragmatic breathing, that is, breathing deeply as possible into the lower belly 3 times. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep inhale, open mouth, exhale. Beautiful. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale, bringing fresh oxygen to the brain and the body. Last time, give it all you got. Inhale And exhale. Continue to breathe on your own. Take the attention to the body. Start with the feet. Feel the soles of the feet pressed onto the green earth, our mother, and just notice any sensations. Feel connected with the soles of your feet to the earth, our mother, and just notice how solid she feels beneath you. Moving up the body, we arrive at the chair, providing support, and we all need a little support in our lives. Let's reflect on where we felt supported recently. Relax the shoulders. Anything you've been holding on to, just let go, surrender, relax, renew. We move to the heart, the place the spiritual world touches the physical world. We focus on something in our life for which we're grateful, and then just try and name it in one word. Very gently place that word towards the back of your own heart. And as a community from around the world, let's just breathe one time into that gratitude. Inhale and exhale. And just notice what you feel. Finally, we arrive at the forehead, the area between the eyebrows, the seat of intuition, and we set an intention for this morning's meditation. St. Ignatius invites us to ask God for something we deeply desire in our hearts at this moment, not being afraid to ask God for something great this morning. We'll seal that intention with an inhale and an exhale. Take the attention to the breath. God is as close to us as this very air that we breathe. We engage our sacred word, repeat it 4 or 5 times, then drop down to the ocean floor and enjoy a little deep rest. Please continue. Hmm. Gently bring your attention back to the room. If your eyes were closed, go ahead, open the eyes. If you'd like to circle the wrist one way and then the other. Roll the shoulders back, bringing a little life back into the body and then the other way. Just synchronize breath and movement for a moment. Inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, release. Good. Two more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. Maybe rub the hands together, bringing a little oxytocin, the love hormone, into the body and the heart. Release. Shake out anything you've been holding on to. Wonderful job, everyone. And just for this last few minutes, we'll move into the Ignatian Examine, where we look back over the last 24 hours and just notice simply where we might have missed God, and even more importantly, where God showed up recently, where we came alive. So, oh, and please feel free to write it in the column for Facebook. We try to build a little community to get to know each other, to notice where God is acting even in the middle of a pandemic. So I see many of you have already signed in, checked in. So yeah, feel free to just post a little piece of your examine with us this morning. And I will share with you my little examine just from this morning. So I do try to put this on mute when we do the meditation, but fortunately, we are doing this out of the former convent, the Immaculate Heart Convent at Blessed Sacrament, which is now the center. So I can hear people who are unhoused coming to get their temperature checked, to get a little food, and to get a little community this morning. So as that was happening, I couldn't help but overhear the staff telling the participants who are living on the streets to be sure to come to Father Frank's Flourishing in Recovery group at 11 and Brother Henry's food pantry at 4. So today we launch on the patio what I'm calling physical distancing, but socially connecting, re-engaging a little recovery community. The opposite of addiction is connection. So at 11 o'clock, we're going to have on the patio at safe distance with mask on our first flourishing group. And I could not be more excited. I've already seen Peter and a few others of the participants already promised me they're going to show up. So we're expecting a little group of about 12 to 15 people. And then Brother Henry, who's a new Jesuit to Blessed Sacrament, has literally hit the ground running. He's a chef from Cordon Bleu as well as being a Jesuit. And he is really doing this amazing food pantry, kind of the Disneyland of food pantries. And one of the beautiful things is I was sharing with him a new study I just came across that there's a direct correlation between the amounts of fruits and vegetables you eat and your happiness. So it's not just processed food, but from Trader Joe's and farmers market, all kind of healthy, delicious produce and fresh fruit as well. So that makes me happy beyond measure. What else? Also, in my gratitude this morning, I love Father Dave Marcotte. I'm so grateful for him recommending this book that he teaches with at Fordham on real happiness. And as I was reading it, I couldn't help but be reminded of things I've shared with you. I love what Maharishi says, the founder of TM, that we start doing this little 20-minute meditation and something profound happens in our life. And it's just as simple as this. The world starts going our way. That certainly is my experience. I could not do this without a community. I am so grateful to each and every one of you for showing up every weekday morning to do this 20-minute silent meditation practice, for spreading the words to your friends. My friend Blanche Hartman, the abbess of the San Francisco Zen Center, used to say, God rest her soul, when we sit alone in a room, it's quiet. But when we sit together with other people, it's really quiet and something very special happens. God bless you. Thank you for joining us and connecting. Have a beautiful